Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be playing with the other box legendary Koraidon EX. Now, in the TCG, unfortunately, Koraidon is considered to be worse than its counterpart, Miraidon, but just because it is not as powerful does not mean it is bad. Koraidon is still a really solid card. It's pretty beefy for a basic at 230 hit points, and its Dino Cry ability allows you to accelerate 2 basic fighting energy from your discard pile on your basic fighting Pokemon in any way you like. Unfortunately, after using this ability, your turn does end. But I always say this time and time again, I know I'm a broken record, guys, but the best things in the Pokemon trading card game are drawing extra cards and accelerating energy. They're some of the best things in the trading card game, and it does exactly this. And its Wild Impact attack is pretty vanilla. 220, can't use this attack again next turn, but this is not the main attacker of the deck. We use Koraidon EX's ability, Dino Cry, to accelerate energy to Hisuian Arcanine V. I was a huge fan of this deck. I played this deck many times during the Silver Tempest format because it's very powerful. It has the Rock Bullet attack, which does 90 plus 30 for each additional fighting energy attached to this Pokemon. So Koraidon EX is a great way to get extra energies on board on your first turn of the game, allowing this thing to hit really hard, really fast. It also has the ability Irresistible Force that says as often as you like during your turn, you can move a fighting energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. So we put extra energies on board as well with Galarian Zapdos from Evolving Skies. Strong Legs Charge says when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you can accelerate another 2 fighting energies to this Pokemon from your hand. So with the combination of Koraidon and Zapdos, you put the energy in play, and then Hisuian Arcanine V can move the energy directly to itself and start swinging really, really hard. Now, unfortunately, after you move the energy off the Zapdos, it's a bit of a dead card on your bench. We did lose Scoop Up Net in rotation, which allowed you to pick up the Zapdos and do that play again. But we still have a card that allows us to do that. You use Galarian Zapdos in combination with the new supporter Penny. It allows you to put a basic Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your hand. So you bench Galarian Zapdos, accelerate 2 energy, then you move the energy off onto your Hisuian Arcanine V with its ability, then you pick up the Zapdos, and then you can do that play again. So it's another way to get extra energy in play, even though we've lost Scoop Up Net. So really cool card. It feels like it fits really well into this deck. I'm also playing a Radiant Greninja just as an additional way to draw cards because we are playing 14 energy. And of course Lumineon. Lumineon is a great way to get our one of supporters like Penny, also like Grant. Grant is a really cool supporter in this deck. You play this card and then your fighting Pokemon do 30 more damage this turn. It's a great way to beef up your damage if you don't have enough energy in play. But the nice part about Grant is this Grant is reusable. If it's in the discard pile, you can discard 2 cards from your hand and put it back into your hand and use it a turn after turn after turn if you need it, which is really, really solid. Before I move on to the trainers, a final recap, we are playing the Drapion in our list as well, just to counter Mew, because Mew does resist fighting, and that matchup can be a bit iffy without the Drapion. So back to the trainers. We do have cards like Energy Retrieval because it's a great way to combo with our Zapdos to get energy back and then slap the Zapdos down. We have 4 Nest Balls and 4 Ultra Balls. Now, guys, remember, Galarian Zapdos' ability only works when you play it from the hand. So you only have 4 searches of your Zapdos with Ultra Ball, which is why I'm also playing 2 copies of Mesagoza, because it's a great way to get your specific cards in hand like Zapdos so you can use their ability Strong Legs Charge. Now, this deck is fairly turbo, which is why I am playing also 4 copies of Shoes, just get our energy in the discard pile turn 1, as well as a couple Switch Carts, and 4 Research. We're playing 4 Research in this deck. It's all gas, no breaks. I'm really just going in and trying to hit really hard with Hisuian Arcanine V. The rest of the cards, of course, are fairly standard. 2 Boss's Orders, 2 Serena. I'm also playing Choice Belt and EXP Share. Just great ways to do extra damage, as well as keep your energy in play so you can do more damage over the course of the game, as well as a Forest Seal Stone, just for some added consistency. So this is the deck list. If you want to play this deck list yourself, I will have it down in the description below. And if you like this video, drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I still have so many more fun decks coming your guys' way now that Scarlet and Violet is finally here. Let's get into it. Alright, let's make it happen, Captain. I feel like Koraidon is the Zamazenta of the Scarlet Violet era. Like, everyone is just out here just loving Miraidon. Miraidon is just like Zacian. I mean, I swear that the Pokemon Company actually does play favorites with their box legendaries. I swear. Now, my opponent is going to go first. We have potential here, guys, to get a turn 1 attack off. There is some serious potential to get turn 1 attack off here, guys. Because I can use the Force Seal Stone to grab myself my Zapdos. Zapdos can get these 2 energies directly into play. And then I can EXP share and research. I would have to get another Zapdos and 1 energy, 2 energy. Oh, and we're playing against an Arceus deck? Yes. This is another great reason to play fighting decks. There are some fighting weak Pokemon running around in the format right now. Arceus variants are very popular, and Miraidon. Oh, come on, this is free, right, guys? I get an Ultra Ball. Not what I want quite yet. I would have loved to get that off the research. We'll go here, here, and then I'm going to Star Alchemy. Guys, I'm just going to rip it. I believe. You guys don't believe. I'm getting this donk. 100% of the time, I get this. Alright, we're going to go here. Accelerate 2 energies. Bam. Bam. Okay. Come on, baby. Show me the money. Show me the money. I need this donk. Oh my gosh. We're so close. That's not it, though. Oh, no. We're so close. I think... Is there a way for me to get this donk? I needed 1 extra energy here, and I would have been able to get it. I am so sad. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it. We're 1 energy short. Unfortunate. I guess I could have maybe saved my Forest Seal Stone, but I'll bench this Koraidon because we're most likely going to need it. At this point, I think I just go for a Greninja play. So we will Ultra Ball. Now my opponent can't ever actually KO my Arcanine turn 1. So I can actually leave it in the active. So I think I can get rid of the Switch Cart. Although it makes it easier to KO the following turn. But I prefer not to give up. I'm trying to figure out if I want to give up this Zapdos. I think it's optimal to give up the Zapdos. But I kind of think I want to go like this. I probably shouldn't have done this, but... Yeah, we'll go like this. I'll go here. I'm going to Ultra Ball. We can get rid of those. I can search my deck. I want to see. I do kind of want to get my Greninja down, although I did just get rid of my energy, so... That's part of the reason I wanted to get the Switch, keep the Switch Cart. So, or not... Yeah, get rid of the Switch Cart and keep the energy, so I could Greninja this turn. I'll get it down anyway. I think it's fine to get it down. Like I said, I'm not getting knocked out, which is nice. But I can always bench this. Now my opponent could chase down the... Is there a way for my opponent to get knocked out? No, because they do 180 Choice Belt. It brings up to 220, and they can't Goon Ping the active. So I think we're actually safe, and I can move the energy off this turn. So I think I just move it to the bench one, though, just to be safe. And then I can always Switch Cart the active next turn, right? Potentially heal it. So we'll go there, move those off, and then I Dino Cry. And I get 1 extra energy in play. Oh, I was so close to the donk, guys. That makes me so sad. I literally needed 1 extra energy, and he would have been smoked. Because I still hadn't done my attach return, so... Looks like... Is this going to be Goodra? Or is this going to be... It could be Argoodra, it could be Arctina. Other very popular cards. As opposed to the Force Seal Stone, I also considered playing the Sky Seal Stone. Since we are basic Pokemon, we can take additional prizes off V-Stars. But I felt that it was never like the... I don't know. It never felt like it came in clutch for me. Like right here, the Force Seal Stone just adds additional consistency. Whereas the Seal Stone can net you extra prize cards. I never felt that it was like... It was the most optimal, you know? But it's still definitely a fun inclusion. I'm still kind of on the fence about which stone I like better. My opponent is going to Starbirth. They do need to get themselves a Dunsparce here if they're gonna survive this next turn. I should have switched. Did I not switch cart into this? Guys, I kept the switch cart so that I could switch into the Zapdos and not take damage. And I didn't do it. You guys are here for quality gameplay, right? This is some high quality, never make mistakes, perfect content, right? Ay. There is the Tina. There's a path. Oh, no thank you. I don't like that. And a Trinity Nova. Okay. Not the end of the world. We're still in there, guys. And our opponent does power up their Tina and get that thing ready to go. Well, these lists typically don't play Dunsparce. As we know now as well, our opponent chose not to get the Dunsparce. So I just need to get my stadium and we should be chilling. Oh, I've got it like that, guys. I'm not trying to brag, but I kind of got it like that. It's whatever. But we can go stadium, rip this big fat research, and show my opponent who's boss. Oh yeah, 100%. So we can Trekking Shoes here as well. I can Mesagoza. I kind of want the energy to stay in play, so I'm going to EXP share here. That keeps 2 energy in play. I'm going to play this Nest Ball, but I'm actually going to fail it because I don't want to bench anything else directly from my deck. I want those Zapdos in my hand. So I can conceal cards as well. I don't mind that. We can conceal cards, maybe see a few extra cards. I like it. See what we get. Serena's not bad. That's a draw supporter for next turn. I can Trekking Shoes. Trekking Shoes into Shoes. I swear I shoes into Shoes all the time. Although, don't I need that energy I just threw away? I think I did. Never mind. Never punished. Everything's fine, guys. Wow, I am so bad at this game. I feel like I'm trying to lose. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so now we can use Irresistible Force to move the energy off this onto this one because this one is already damaged, but it doesn't matter because I want to keep the EXP shares in play because if this gets knocked out, then I get 1 less energy in play. I also wouldn't mind going heads here, please. Unfortunate. That would have allowed us to get another Arcanine in play so I could Choice Belt it, because I think that's probably optimal to help us get a KO on this Giratina next turn. But we have free retreat, so we just retreat into this bad boy, and then we smack him with a Rock Bowl and take 2 prize cards. So even though our hand is not amazing, we get 2 prize cards off this, so I'm not complaining. Alright, Nest Ball and Trekking Shoes. That Nest Ball does net us that other Arcanine I was looking for. I do need to get a Zapdos in play as well. Another Zapdos. Attaching energy. My opponent is going all in on this Giratina. Alright, here comes a Lost Impact. What's crazy is this is... Now, let's see if my opponent flips heads. They do! This is why Mesagoza is always so iffy for me. Because if my opponent didn't have a basic Pokemon, I would bench them out and just win this next turn. But I had to bump the stadium so I could use my Irresistible Force abilities and my other abilities, so way of the road. But my opponent does put down a doof. So I would have probably gotten something else. Another attacker, because... I guess my opponent's very confident that this Giratina isn't going to go down. But, yeah, I don't think my opponent realizes I'm just nuts at the game, and I'm going to get this knockout. I believe, guys, okay? I am a believer. And there's the Lost Impact. Really overkill, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Make him overkill this already low HP Arcanine. And 2 energy go to back onto my board, which is... Oh, that was a weird looking animation. 2 energy stay in play, which is incredibly nice for me. My opponent does net 2 prize cards, but we're still kind of chilling. I kind of like where we're at right now. Now, can I get a knockout this turn? That's the real question. I need to get another Arcanine. I guess I don't need another Arcanine, but the Choice Belt would really help me because I would need 1 less energy in play. Ultra Ball's not bad. I can always go Nest Ball, bench this Arcanine. I've got 1 more Galarian Zapdos in my deck. So I can always go Choice Belt. I think we can Trekking Shoes here. Do I want this? Yes, because I want to do an attach for turn. I want to guarantee an attach for turn. That is going to be super important because I need all this energy. I think I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Mesagoza and the Drapion. Do I get rid of the Mesagoza? If my opponent paths me again, I'm so screwed. I'm getting rid of it anyway. I have to now, right? Yeah, that's okay. Way of the road, I believe. We're going to fail it because I could actually keep the Mesagoza and thin out this Koraidon. This is the way. So I can Serena, I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of the boss. Just draw fresh 5 if I'm going to get this knockout. Penny is there, but not exactly what I'm looking for. I have 2 energy. If I get heads on this Mesagoza, please give me heads off this Mesagoza. Come on, I need it. Let's go. Okay, this gets me my Zapdos, guys. This gets me the Zapdos. So I can go Zapdos, slap that down, a Strong Legs charge. I've got 2 energy right here. Bam, bam. So we have 5, 6. Okay, let's move all the energy that we possibly can onto this. This is so weird. We go here, click this one, move it here, click this one, move it here. How much damage I'm doing? I'm doing 3 times... Oh. My opponent's probably going to find boss or have a way to get boss because I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 is 180 plus 90, so 190, 270. I am literally 10 short, guys. That feels so bad. We can energy retrieval so we can use concealed cards again. Get more energy. Gosh, there's just no way to get this attack. I'm really scared to pass to my opponent because if they have the boss's orders, we kind of just lose. So I feel like I'm unfortunately going to have to play the 2-hit KO game with this guy, which feels kind of bad. Oh, being 10 damage short is so unfortunate, but I think this is what we got to do, man. Yeah, now my opponent just needs an attach for turn and a lost impact, but they've got nothing else going on their bench. So even when they get this return KO, we should be able to return KO them. We also have the Penny in hand. The Penny is going to allow us to pick up this Zapdos. The B-Bro that my opponent got isn't going to... Watch him flip heads on my Mesagoza again. Bro, everyone's just better at this game than I am. Come on. What is up with that? I swear, this is the only reason I think Mesagoza is bad, is because it gives my opponent opportunities like this to stay in the game. Now, they do put down an Arceus. So, not terrible, because I do hit that for weakness. So, it's not the end of the world. And actually, you know, my opponent can't actually, I don't think, win this next turn, because he can't knock me out with the Arceus V. So I think we're still in a pretty solid position. Man, Arceus Giratina is such a scary deck to go up against. It just hits so hard, man. Now, my opponent preemptively grabs the Arceus V-Star. Goes for an Incisors. Draws 1 extra card. And, yeah, I mean, my opponent has to respond to this Arcanine. There's no way they can gust around it. If they do, then they just kind of screw themselves. So I think we should be able to come out on top of this one. Because there's no way to power up... That's why he grabbed the Arceus, because there's no way to power up a Giratina in 2 turns. In 1 turn, essentially, because you need a Giratina ready to go next turn. So I guess he could attach here. No, here it is, attach for turn on the active. Is this game locked up then? There's a lost impact. Gosh, that's so much damage. My opponent is running low on energy. Huh. Well, the energy that we have stays in play yet again, which is why the EXP shares are so nice. We have actually a really solid hand here going into this next turn. I can promote my Zapdos, and we have a knockout here. And we get a research, which is not terrible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Penny. Penny is actually going to allow me to pick this Zapdos up, put it into my hand, so I can use the Strong Legs charge ability again. I'm so glad I got to showcase for you that Penny actually puts in mad work in this deck. I freaking love it. Let's go. So now we can use the Irresistible Force to move all the energy onto this fresh Arcanine. We can go here and here. Then I can take this one, move it here. Amazing. I love it. I'm here for it. That's 4 energy, right? On it. How much energy is on it? Yes. So, what I can do is I can actually start preemptively equipping my energy to this Koraidon, so I can potentially just need 1 energy next turn to knock out this Arcanine, or to knock out this, this Arceus. Sorry. I could play the Mesagoza. Let's play the Mesagoza and flip tails, just because, you know, that's how it works. Ah, yes, heads. We get heads. It doesn't matter, because I don't even need anything. I don't even want to put this in my hand, although I could use it to grab boss. Let's put it into our hands, so if our opponent promotes the B-Barrel, we can potentially just Gust next turn. Yeah, I like that. I like this a lot. So we'll retreat, we go into the Arcanine, and if this Arcanine gets knocked out, what's nice is the energy will be moved to the Koraidon, although it wouldn't matter because our opponent only has 2 prize cards left. But I doubt that this Hisuian Arcanine V is going to be going down next turn because my opponent has no energy in play. So grabbing Lumineon here is not bad, although my opponent could path me. But yeah, I think we've got this game locked up. Man, Fighting type is so good. Being able to take an easy one-shot on Arceus V-Star literally changed this game for us because, I mean, hitting 280 is not always super possible for every deck without weakness. And because Dragon types have no weakness, it's very difficult to take advantage of these Arceus Giratina decks because Fighting decks aren't very popular and Giratina has no weakness. So playing Fighting deck actually kind of gives you an edge in these matchups specifically. So really solid. Like I said, it goes to show why Fighting type is a really solid type right now. Nest Ball. I don't know what my opponent can get that will put them into this game. Drapion. Drapion is not going to save you, my friend. My opponent, I think, realizes at this point it doesn't really matter what they bench. I'm knocking out whatever they promote. The Mesagoza. I feel like my opponent's just wasting time at this point. Aha! Tails! Take that! Yeah, because there's no way for my opponent to win or even knock out this Arcanine. I've got the Lumineon in hand for the boss next turn. Even if my opponent paths, I just kind of research and go into my deck because my opponent's not getting an attack off this turn. So yeah, oh my gosh, that Penny was so good. It was only because of the Penny, though, that we were able to cycle into an attack this turn. If we did not do that, the game would have been completely over, which is so nice because the Giratina would have just been able to attack again, and it would be game. Okay, let's see if my opponent can judge path us here. We do have double Switch Cart. They do need to find a path. If they don't path us, we can always Radiant Greninja. And I always have Mesagoza. If I flip heads on the Mesagoza, I can just get my Lumineon, which can get me boss's orders. I should have more boss in the deck. I've got 1 Serena, 1 boss, so in theory I should still have the... I should still have both 1 Serena and 1 boss in my deck, as long as they're not my last 2 prize cards. Alright, Ultra Ball. Looks like my opponent is just trying to thin their hand down, because technically, they could still be in this if they get a Dunsparce down. If they get a Dunsparce down and I can't one-shot their Arceus, but they also bench the Drapion, so I can always potentially just chase down the Drapion for game. We get Research, but it's okay because I'm going to flip heads on this Mesagoza, and I'm going to get my fish. Right, game? I've been wrong before, okay? I've been wrong before. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to conceal the cards here and draw into Boss or Serena. Come on. Dang it. Alright, sue me, I tried. Alright, we'll go here. Looks like we're just going to have to go for a big fat research this turn. Oh, well, I don't really want to research, actually. I've got so few cards in my deck that would leave me with 1 card. Is there a reason to research? Because it doesn't matter what he promotes next turn. If he's going to attack, he has to use double turbo. Yeah, there's no reason to. We'll just Irresistible Force, knock out this B-Barrel. I overkilled that poor sweet little B-Barrel. We do take 1 prize card. That Judge really did mess up our hand, especially since we flipped tails on that Mesagoza. But like I said, I'm trying to really think. Is there a way for my opponent to do additional damage this turn? Leon doesn't exist anymore, so there's no way for them to do that. Double Turbo drops them to 180. Brings it back up to 210 with Choice Belt. So they would need an extra 20 damage somehow. And maybe there's something I'm forgetting about, but I don't think that there is a way for them to actually win this game because I just one-shot whatever Pokemon they have in the active at this point. Even if they try and bench something else that's not weak to fighting, I've got so much extra energy in play right now that I just move the energy right back onto my Arcanine and swing ridiculously hard. Love it. 10 out of 10, guys. I always have fun playing this Hisuian Arcanine deck. I played it when it came out, and it's just super fun. It really is. I do like the Zapdos as well. They're such a pivotal part of this deck. They're so crucial to getting these Arcanines going. I like these abilities. We see other, yeah, and my opponent scoops and finally concedes because, I mean, Arcanines just, they can't handle the scandal. That's all there is to it. Alright, we hit Arceus. Can we hit Miraidon to show you guys why fighting type is so good right now? Please? Come on. Come on. For me, please? I do want to go first, because I did see this, my opponent does have a Miraidon box. But what I'm really scared about is that my opponent can get a turn 1 attack off and potentially take 2 free prizes. Do I want to go first? Guys, I really want to go second and try and donk my opponent, but I think it's just safer to go first to take the first turn away from my opponent. So, yeah, I don't think with this hand specifically we would have been able to get a donk. I'm going to promote the Zapdos because I don't want to potentially give up a 2-prize Pokemon right now. Okay, my opponent is playing the keys. That's really unfortunate. We can go Nest Ball here. I can get out an Arcanine. Now, I have no abilities right now, which is really, really brutal, actually. I can go here. I can attach for turn, I suppose. Here. And then I think I just pass. I mean, my opponent did lead keys, which really slows me the heck down. But I don't really see that being a problem, because if this keys is locked into the active, then my opponent, I guess I should have used Nest Ball to get Greninja, because if he used a rope, I could always rope out into the Greninja and not give up 2 prize cards. So I guess that would have been the reason to use that Nest Ball there. I just really like saving my bench spaces for Zapdos, because sometimes bench space does get a bit tight with this deck. So we do see the Miraidon. Let's see if we can come out on top. Even though we have weakness, that does not mean it is a guaranteed victory because Miraidon is just so strong. If my opponent doesn't have a switch card, they have Beach Court and Generator. Dang, bro. And they hit 2 off the Generator? Yo, chill, dog. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. My opponent just had the gnarliest hand of their life. No way this last card is like a research or something, right? I refuse to believe their last card is their hand was that broken. No way! Right? Right? By the way, guys, if you do not know, EUIC is happening this weekend. It's an Arvin. Oh my gosh. So 4 seals. They could grab what? 4 seal stone? 4 seal, and they could grab, they could also grab, they could always just grab rope. Damn, dude. Getting punished really heavily right now. Although, my opponent can't knock me out. Wait, what tool did he grab? I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention. EXP share. He can't knock me out. There's no way for him to knock me out. He does 220 max right now. So I just go into Arcanine. Right, guys? There's no way for him to do additional damage. Am I tripping? There's 220, no VMAXs. I think I just feed him the Arcanine so I don't have to find a switch card. Right? Because if I promote the Koraidon, I have to find switch card. He's not going to retreat back into it. I guess he already used his Beach Court, right? So I guess okay, so we'll go Nest Ball. I'm going to get down the Greninja here. Just because it makes me feel safe. Now, I could Boss. Now, but Boss doesn't really do much for me, right? I guess I could try and potentially trap Miraidon and then put out Beach Court. Let's just go in for a big fat research. At this point, I need to find my switch cards. Wow, that's a lot of shoes. All right, switch card, come to me. Do I need that? No, I do not. All right, we're going to throw that away. Ultra Ball's not bad, but Keys is in the active, guys. I can't do anything. Do I want that? No, I do not. Zapdos. Okay, Trekking Shoes. Do I want this? Kind of. I don't think I'm going to need it, though, here. No, and I'm going to draw another card. Come on. EXP share. Well, this Keys is really actually hurting us, guys. I should have just promoted the Koraidon. That's my fault. I guess I can EXP share here as well. Pass. Because my opponent also needs to get an attach for turn. So I need to top deck an energy as well to retreat back into it, which they don't have. So we have bought ourselves another turn. My opponent does have nothing going on, which is really good for us. My opponent grabbed the EXP share. Oh, they have Beach Course. Yeah, they could just go in and start swinging. That's actually fine. I want my opponent to start swinging at me. So I can potentially start going in. The energy stays in play, so I get a return KO here, which is not bad. Now, my opponent has nothing else going on. So if they do get 2 prize cards here, let's see what we get off the top. Lumineon. Oof, that feels really bad to throw away Lumineon. And all these Ultra Balls, man. But I have to. I have to go in and research this turn. I'm going to thin out this Koraidon because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to have to. Alright, we get Zapdos. We get an... Okay. Hold on. Although I do need one of these energies to be an attach for turn, right? I guess we go here. And then I could always Greninja this energy away. But I kind of want the energy in play for Zapdos. But I kind of need more cards. I've got so much energy in deck. Let me draw into more energy. See, we draw into more energy. We're fine. Never punished. I don't want to bench anything else quite yet because I want those Zapdos in my hand. I could bench it right now, but I don't really see a problem with not benching it, I suppose. I have a Switch Cart in my hand as well. Although, if I retreat into my Arcanine... If I retreat into Switch Cart into the Arcanine, then I have EXP share, so the energy stays in play. Which is what I want. Right? It's actually better to attack with Arcanine here. I think so. We can only, I guess we'll Zapdos the 1 energy in play, which doesn't always feel amazing. But at least 1 extra energy stays in play, right? Whereas if I do this, I guess the energy stays in play either way, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll go Irresistible Force, move the energy from here onto here. No, it is better to do Switch here, because then 2 energy are in play. Right? No, I'm wrong no matter what. EXP share, yeah. Sorry guys, math is really hard, I suppose. I can go Mesagoza, but that just helps them find Pokemon. Although how much does it matter, really? I have free retreat. The Mesagoza doesn't do anything for me right now. I guess we'll just smack them with Wild Impact. A bit overkill once again, but we do get the knockout. My opponent does keep energy in play, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do net ourselves 2 prize cards, so can't complain. What I could do to skew the prize trade, guys, is actually attack with a Zapdos. Because a Zapdos plus a Grant actually gets me the KO. Which is kind of crazy. Man, that Klefki really put in mad work against us. They're getting double Klefki out, okay? So they could do a lot of damage here, but because we don't have another bench Pokemon, I mean, they do a lot already. They do so much. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This Koraidon is for sure going down. Alright, drawing some more cards. Our opponent was able to draw out of their dead hand by taking a couple prize cards. More generators, so they get their Miraidon powered up. Okay. They can attach, return, retreat, and then go into and knock out my Koraidon and get a return KO. It's not looking good for us, guys. Like I said, I think the best way to win this game is actually to skew the prize trade with the Zapdos. But Zapdos does 70 plus Grant is... I would need a Choice Belt too, right? And I'm down my Choice Belt. But my opponent passes! They don't have the energy! Are we in there, guys? Do we? Can we win? I can go Stone here, so I have a V-Star power now. I have Switch Cart, I have Boss. Guys, are we in there? I think we actually can win this game, guys. Because the 4 Seal Stone gets us boss's orders. We have Switch Cart so we can retreat into our Hisuian Arcanine. Yes! Oh my gosh. Yo, we're in there, guys. Let's Irresistible. Oh, we can't because the Clef Key's in the active. But if I boss, I can. Oh my gosh. I have to have Boss or Serena in my deck, right? Oh my gosh, I do. Yes, we grabbed the Serena here for sure. We're going to take 3 prizes this next turn. My opponent does keep their energy in play, which is unfortunate. But I think this is the best play because we net ourselves extra prize cards, so our opponent can't feed us a Clef Key. This is the way. Because if our opponent feeds us Clef Key, then we just knock it out. And we don't need to knock out an additional Pokemon. Just like that. So we have Switch Cart. Now we can Irresistible Force. Move all the energy in play onto our Arcanine. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. We're doing it. He's beginning to believe. Yes. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need to do this turn. Next turn, all I need is an energy attached for turn. And we just win. Oh my gosh, Rock Bullet for 3 prize cards, guys. Let's go! My opponent had the gas turn 1, but they did not have the follow-up, which is so... And we find an Arcanine. That's always so good. We got these free pivots, guys. This deck is so cracked. See, this is why you play Arcanine, man. Yeah, being able to just blow up all of my opponent's Pokemons with 4 energy, it's even 3 energy on Koraidon. It's just that easy. It ain't easy being steezy like this Koraidon, bro. Yeah, this deck is super duper fun. I know Koraidon is not the main focal point of the deck, and he's not like the primary attacker. He doesn't do all this crazy damage like Miraidon, but he's a powerful support Pokemon that enables these other archetypes like Hisuian Arcanine to actually really pop off. My opponent's taking their time to pick their active Pokemon because I think they see the writing is on the wall. Even if my opponent takes 2 prize cards this turn, they still have 2 prize cards left to take. There's no way to take 4 prize cards in a turn because it doesn't matter what they promote. This is exactly why I thought forcing the... even if they tried to like stall with Clef Keys, it wouldn't matter. My opponent is... displeased with the outcome. I don't know if you guys could see his little emote over there over my face cam, but man, I'm here for it. I'm so excited that we were able to hit our good matchups as well. That's the thing. If you hit these matchups on the ladder, it just makes your life so much easier. All right, what you got, buddy? Even if my opponent swings and knocks me out, they still actually need a Regieleki VMAX to be able to KO me, which is kind of wild. Yeah, that's nuts. Because they need energy, Regieleki VMAX. You got it in the 3-card hand. My opponent is going to pass to me. It looks like that is just going to be game. Let's do some max damage here with our Hisuian Arcanine, man. Let's pump up those numbers, right? Let's go! Oh my gosh, guys. This deck is so fun. I absolutely love it. See? We're taking down these meta threats, man. A lot of people are considering, like I said, Koraidon to be the worst of the 2-box legendaries. But with type advantage, it actually really allows you to excel in the current meta. As you saw today, we were able to easily take down some top dogs because the weakness is such an impactful part of the Pokemon trading card game that it allows us to really take a deck that is considered to be a little bit worse and make it better just because type advantage gives it an edge into the current meta decks. If you guys haven't made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.